Hello everybody, this is Mr. B and today I bring you version 3 of my concrete maker. This new design is much like the previous version, but it's cheaper to build in survival, simpler to use, more efficient and much more reliable. With this machine there's no on-off switch, there's no complicated scary redstone timings, and there's no pickaxe required. Best of all, you can process huge quantities of concrete in minutes, whilst fully AFK. So I'll quickly go over what's changed in this version. First of all, we have a bigger collection platform because sometimes the broken concrete would end up at the edges of the platform. In this design, that isn't going to happen. It also uses far less obsidian. It only uses 13 obsidian blocks this time, whereas before it used over a stack. And the collection system's pretty much the same as last time. It uses item alignment. When the water flows against this chest, it pushes the items right to the edge, and then the hopper can pick them up from there. Let me just get a little view of that from here. Yep, you can see it all ends up in the hoppers, and they flow into these chests. So there are a couple of noticeable differences with the system itself. This one has no obsidian, and the pistons don't need to be fixed if the farm clogs, which now very rarely happens. You'll also notice that there's less honey and slime blocks. These have been reduced to a bare minimum for easier survival building. And the AFK room is the same, but I have a more reliable method for placing blocks, which is much the same as the other designs out there. Okay, so much like before, you would fill up the concrete powder of your choice in the chests up here, then you would walk through the door, close the door behind you, and you would hold one concrete powder in your main hand, make sure that there's no others in your inventory, and you simply just hold right click on the redstone torch. And then the dropper would automatically dispense some more concrete powder into your main hand. This gets around the problem with the previous design where the farm would clog up. As you can see, no clogging occurs with this version. For extra convenience, I've also built a version of this farm that uses an item elevator that transports the items up to where the player AFKs. I'll also be covering how to build that in this tutorial. So now I've got those details out the way, let's get to building this thing. I hope you enjoy. So you can pause the video now if you like, and these are all of the resources that you'll be needing to build the machine. And you're also going to require some dirt and some scaffolding because you're going to be doing some pillaring and also bridging out when you're building this farm. I'll be demonstrating how to do this in survival. Okay, so the very first thing that you're going to want to do is find a 21 by 19 big flat area like this one. And you're going to want to come to the corner and count 10 blocks this way, and then 10 blocks this way. And then place a couple of torches to mark where the obsidian is going to go. So these two torches here mark where the centre of the collection platform is going to be. So you want to place 2 obsidian, 5 blocks like this, and 3 temporary blocks here. Then you want to place 3 hoppers, running into some chests. And you're also going to want to place a chest there. Then grab your solid block again and go around like this. Place 3 cobblestone walls. And then some obsidian going around like this. And some more obsidian on the top of those blocks. And then finally 1 obsidian block here, leaving a gap here for the water to flow through. Then you grab your water bucket, and that is the collection system done. Next you want to grab your solid block and build 7 blocks out on all sides. After that you want to bring these sections together at the corners, like this on all 4 sides, and you're going to want to fill all of this in. I'll skip ahead just to save a bit of time. So you should now have an 18 long by 17 wide platform. Once you have this, you're going to want to create a border all the way around. There we go, so that is the border. In line with where this middle chest is here, you can come to here and you can place a ladder to get up and down. And then whilst you're up here, you want to place some temporary blocks in each corner, like so, and you also want to place some slabs, like this. Now that you've done that, you want to grab some water buckets. So if you get 2 water buckets, you should be able to do that to create a water source here, and then you can keep going along like this. And you're going to want to go all the way around the edge. If done correctly, all of the water should flow straight into the middle, like this. And then when you come to these temporary blocks, you want to place a water bucket and then punch these out like so. And that is the collection platform completed. Alright, now it would be a sensible idea to come down here and light everything up sufficiently so that mobs don't give you a hard time. And you're also going to want to light up here too. And this is the way that I like to do it, going around the edge. Alright, now you're going to build your way up 15 blocks from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then you want to place one dirt block here. And this is for creating a big platform so that it will be easier to work with your build. So 1 block there, 7 blocks out here. And then 16 blocks across. I think that's 16, and then you want to join all of this up and create one big square platform to walk across. And also light it up as you're doing things. So once you've created this big dirt platform, you can then jump off into the water, make your way down here, grab some ladders, and then ladder your way back up to the dirt platform. That will make getting up and down much easier, and it will make working with the build so much easier in the long run. Okay, once you're back up at the top of the platform, you want to build a little platform like this. So it should be 4, 3, 3, 2. Then you want to place a redstone torch, a door, close the door, come round here and place a redstone repeater. Then 3 redstone dust this way, 3 redstone dust this way. Build another block up here and place a sticky piston and put a block on its face. Then you want to build another block here, another redstone dust, and another sticky piston facing this way. Then you want to come to this redstone torch, place a block here, another one here. Then you want to build one block up this way and another block up this way. Then you want to cover that with redstone dust. Place a regular piston facing upwards and a sticky piston facing towards the direction of the redstone torch. And that is the block splitter done. And you can test this by placing some blocks. It should split the blocks evenly. Like that. If you come back round to the ladder at the front, you can add a few blocks here. And a ladder. And then you want to work on the dropper system. So if you walk into the AFK room and place a dropper there. Then grab a couple of hoppers. A solid block, and then a redstone dust here. And then that dropper will get powered, and that will dispense the items to you. Then you need to grab a couple of chests and put them at the top. Then come round here, place a couple of solid blocks and a slab at the bottom, and place some solid blocks around those slabs. Hydrate the bottom slab first, and then the top one. And that creates a nice water stream, so that any blocks that go into the system will get hydrated as they're pushed through. Okay, next you want to come down here and count 3 blocks out and place a solid block on the 3rd block out. Then you want to place another solid block here and another solid block there. Then you want to grab a redstone torch, redstone dust, and a sticky piston facing that way. Then you want to grab 2 regular pistons and face them this way. And that is another one of the block pushers. So that will push any blocks that come through this way into the vertical block pusher on this side. And then from here you want to grab a furnace. I will explain later why you need that furnace there, but for now, just place the furnace. Now we're going to build the vertical block pushers, so you want to come along here and you want to place 6 sticky pistons facing down, place a temporary block here, and then grab an observer, and then get rid of the temporary block. Then you want to get a furnace, and 2 solid blocks like this, then place redstone dust on top of those blocks. Get another observer and face it into that redstone dust. Then grab a sticky piston and a solid block. And then a solid block there with a repeater. And then around this side you want to staircase your way up 3 blocks like so. And then place blocks all along the side of the pistons and put redstone dust on all of these blocks. And that is this side done. Now you want to do the exact same but on the other side, and I'll show you how to do that now. Okay, so to do the same on the other side, you want to come 3 blocks out this way and place a sticky piston, get rid of those blocks, and then place 5 more sticky pistons. So you have 6 this side, whoops. So you have 6 this side and 6 this side. Then you want to grab a block again, and face an observer into that block, get rid of the block, then place another furnace. Then you want to get another couple of solid blocks, some redstone dust, face an observer into that redstone dust, and then place a sticky piston here with a block on its face. Then another block here, and a repeater facing this way. And then again the staircase of 3, like that, and then you want to place blocks all along the edge of the sticky pistons, and then just place redstone on all of those blocks. And now that's this side done. Alright everyone, now you want to come this way and you want to grab a couple of chests and place them like this, and then get some solid blocks and place them around the edge. Then you want to grab a furnace and place it there, another furnace there, and a third furnace there. Then you want to come out this way and you want to place 2 honey blocks with signs on them. And then place 2 water buckets like this. And now you're going to create the TNT duplicator. So you're going to want to have a observer facing down into that redstone dust. Place a block on top of it, another block here, and another block there. Then you're going to cover that with redstone. Then come round here and place a sticky piston. And then you're going to need to create an L shape of slime blocks like this, and another L shape of slime blocks there. Then you need a cobblestone wall to join those up. TNT there, and a dead coal fan. It can be any kind of coal fan, doesn't really matter. And then you place a detector rail, but you want to make sure that the detector rail is facing this way and not this way, otherwise the minecart could get launched off, and even worse, the TNT could actually explode. So make sure that you place it there, and then place a minecart on the top of that. And then that is everything finished. The next thing you want to do now is just get rid of all of this dirt, because we don't need it anymore. Right, now I will explain what the furnaces are for. So if you're playing on a laggy server, there is a slight chance that this piston will not fire, and then a block will push this redstone dust out, and that will clog up the farm. It doesn't happen very often, but as a failsafe, we've put these here so that the blocks don't get pushed all the way out to the push limit, because that would be annoying to fix, and it would also be quite confusing. So those are there just as a failsafe, really. There's also something else that I forgot to do while I was building this, and that is lighting the place up, so that mobs can't spawn anywhere. So any place that's a viable spawn location, you want to light it up. You can also light this up here, and this here if you want to. Yeah, just make sure that you light everything up well, so that mobs can't come and sneak up on you while you're using it. If your farm happens to have broken, or you're worried about it breaking, just skip to the end of this video and I'll explain how to fix it in no time. I'll also explain how to get around common problems that people might have using the farm. Okay, if you want to build the water elevator version with the storage system up at the top, first I recommend building the entire farm by following the tutorial as it's been up to this point. But instead you want to come down here and you want to get rid of the existing storage area, and you want to build out 5 blocks from the obsidian. You want to keep all of this obsidian intact. So 5 blocks out that way, another 5 blocks, and then you want to place blocks like this. Once you've done this, you want to get some more glass and place it like so. And you want to cover all of this up. All the way along here. Just like this, and that's where the water chute is going to go. After that, just grab a couple of signs and place them there and there. And then you want to place glass like this. And then you want to build this glass all the way up to the AFK room. So you want to build it up to the same level on all 4 sides. like this. We now need to move this ladder, so we would get rid of this and get rid of the ladder. And instead of the ladder being there, instead it needs to be over here. So it needs to be 2 blocks out from this piece of glass here. And you want to build it all the way up. All the way up to the top. You can always jump off into the water if you need to get down again. So that it's in line with this block here. And then just keep going up with the ladders. There we go. So it should be 2 blocks away from this piece of glass. And it should be 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks away from this block here. Next you want to come up to the top of the ladder and you want to place some chests across like this. Then grab some solid blocks and place them like so. Then come over to the corner of here, holding shift, and place some hoppers and some cobblestone walls on top of that. Then you want to grab a piece of glass, precariously jump over this way, and place some glass across here like this. And then place some glass along the edge of here, and place a sign. Then finally you want to place some glass like so. Oh, not that one there. You want to place that there. And a double chest here. Alright guys, for this next part you're going to want to watch your breath gauge because we're going to do some water tunneling. So you're going to place a water source block there. And then you're going to swim down to the bottom. And ideally place kelp all the way up to the top. You can use this method or you can manually place water buckets. But that method is tedious. I'd much rather just place kelp to turn all of those into water source blocks. And then next, you're going to quickly swim down to the bottom again. Break that, break the block underneath, and very quickly place a piece of soul sand. And there we go, that is now done. And there's one other quick thing that I noticed. I've made a mistake down at the bottom here. So you're going to want to place a sign under those 2 signs there. And then replace this block. And the very final thing that you need to do is come over here and place a water source again. That is the item elevator and the storage now complete. So that is the entirety of the farm. Like a classic moron, there is one last thing that I did forget. And that's that you want to cover this top with glass. And another thing that I like to do for convenience is have an ender chest here. So if you have some shulker boxes and you have a load of concrete, you can just shove the shulker boxes full of concrete into the ender chest, and that is so much more convenient. Anyway, that is the farm now completed. Alright, now I'm going to demonstrate what you would need to do if the farm were to break. This is the classic scenario of what would happen if the farm broke. So this redstone dust will have been pushed out and the block will have collided with this furnace. The only thing that you need to do in this circumstance is punch out these 2 blocks and place a piece of redstone dust. And that is fixed. And over here, all you need to do is just break these 2 blocks and you're good to go again. Alright, so I got some questions in the previous video, and the first question was, is the farm bedrock compatible? My answer to this is probably not, but I don't really know how bedrock works, and I know that redstone in Bedrock Edition is a lot different. This farm is built for Java 1.15.2. You can try and build it in Bedrock Edition, but it probably won't work. And the second question that I was given was, do the sticky pistons need to be sticky pistons? The answer to this question is yes. They need to be sticky pistons to achieve 0 tick speed. If you use regular pistons, they won't push the blocks quick enough. And the final question that I got asked if honey blocks were necessary, and they are, to slow the TNT down so that it falls into the correct location. If you didn't use honey blocks, it wouldn't slow the TNT down enough, and then it would probably end up blowing up the storage area. In fact, it will end up blowing up the storage area, so definitely use honey blocks. So one question that I expect to receive is, will this block placement method work for the previous version of the farm? And the answer is yes. I tried it out with the previous version and it works perfectly. So yeah, if you want to, you can go ahead and use this block placement method, and it will be much better than the previous advice that I gave you about clicking on the sticky piston instead. Okay, that just about wraps it up for this tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, then please leave a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please subscribe. But this is Mr. B out. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Cheers!